Checky 2, 1, 2. Hey, everybody. This is the Sabo Ross experiment here, trying to go live on TikTok. We want to talk about different things that are happening. And
yeah, I think we are live. We're going to double check that real quick just to be sure.
All right.
All right, so it's confirmed. We are live.
How exciting.
And we're switching properly.
How exciting. All right. So, I'm Greg Sabo. This is Peter John Ross.
Hello, everybody. I'm Peter John Ross.
He's our encyclopedia for movie things.
And useless information.
And we wanted to come on and interact, hopefully, with some of you all on some of these comments. Our biggest stream video was about Amy Pascal and Spider-Man rights.
And Marvel.
Yeah,
so that, we started this podcast. We didn't know what the hell we were going to do, what we were going to talk about, except for just things we like and think about. And I told that story about Amy Pascal and Kevin Feige of Marvel, and it first on TikTok, it got like 780,000 views there and a bunch of comments. And then I put it on my YouTube channel, and suddenly we're at 2.1 million views of the same short. So
people are interested, and I'm trying to see. I can't get the feed up on the TikTok, so I could see if anybody wants to ask some questions. But we've got some of the top tier comments from the fans on that specific video.
Yeah, the funny thing is I'm not a big fan of comments on social media anymore, but let's see what people had to say.
So 3.4 thousand likes from John Mulhern. She threw a sandwich at Kevin Feige's head, and I'll never forget that fact.
Yeah, so that's the funny thing is, so a few commenters are like, this story's nonsense, it's not true, and it's like, well, again, it's a summary of a story, and yeah, there is a likelihood I even got certain details wrong because I wasn't in the room with any of these people. But yes, the one story that is out there that kind of confirms the premise of my story is after the Sony hacks, the Sony email hacks, Kevin Feige met with Amy Pascal again, trying to get the deal with Marvel done. And she was so mad she threw a sandwich at him. That's confirmed because she said it in an interview sitting next to Kevin Feige of Marvel.
Joey, she did apologize later.
Yes, she did.
And the other thing that I found out, I believe, is it actually hit his chest.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
detail.
Did hit him in the face. That's kind of what what I think happened. And I'm going to move on to 2.9 thousand likes on this. Ego is a terrible thing.
I agree with that statement.
And, I think they're referring to Amy Pascal.
Most likely.
Most likely. Okay, now we're going to get...
They could be referring to me too, but I just hope not.
I don't think that we've gotten that far yet. Our egos. 1.4 thousand likes from Rento. Amy Pascal... Nope, sorry. Let's move back. 1.7K likes from Nico Demus 7. Marvel's greatest villains. Number 3, Thanos. Number 2, Doctor Doom. And then number 1, Amy Pascal.
Wow.
What a comment. Oh,
wow.
Man.
That's really hitting her hard.
Yeah.
Oh, I do want to make a clarification because a lot of comments come up. It's like, she still works at Sony. It's like, technically, no. Amy Pascal was fired as, I think, co-chair, which is like the number one position of Sony Pictures. She was fired from that position, didn't get the job back, but she did form Pascal Pictures. And in her contract, she still gets to produce the Spider-Man movies at Sony. But she doesn't work for Sony anymore.
Okay.
Well, that's not to say she doesn't make a lot of money producing Spider-Man movies.
Now, okay, so Rento says Amy Pascal and Avi Arad are the true
Arad.
Avi Arad are the true villains of cinematic Spider-Man.
Okay. When we're doing a podcast later today the full podcast we're going to do today, not just this live thing addressing comments, I'm going to tell a story about Avi Arad
Oh, okay.
and another guy named Ike Perlmutter. Those two are way, way worse than Amy Pascal in terms of what went wrong with early Marvel movies,
Mm.
like the Ang Lee Hulk and a bunch of Blade Trinity and stuff like that. Avi Arad, and then later, even with full Marvel, Ike Perlmutter. Those two guys really hurt Marvel cinema more than any other person, even more so than Amy Pascal. I'm sorry to say.
Um, okay, now this one's a little more political,
Uh-oh.
but I don't want to shy away because it got 1.4 thousand likes. This is from Brad. She was fired because the Sony hack emails revealed she was extremely racist to President Obama and other high-level talent.
That is true. That is absolutely true. People are mistaking the fact that I said that she got fired for this. Like, I didn't say singularly because of the Spider-Man deal. The email hack showed she made very racist comments about Obama. She boned the Spider-Man deal with Marvel.
Yeah.
And her bosses at Sony were not happy.
Well, in her defense, one of the things that she did say is, look, some of these emails about that she had wrote in, they were to friends of hers for 30 years. So, it's like sometimes you say things to your friends that you don't expect. But, in an email, I don't know. But she does have that kind of personality that is...
I think I didn't read the actual racist comments, but my understanding is they were pretty horrible.
Now, there was 803 likes on this from J. Mike in relation to that last comment. So it had nothing to do with the racist things she said in those emails about President Obama. That got 803 likes.
Because he's mistakenly thinking it's like that two things can't be true at the same time.
Yeah.
It's a thing to where it's like both things can be true. I don't really care. I mean, people. That's the whole thing about social media is people will interpret however they want. The other thing, that was a short taken from a fuller podcast that truncated the whole story.
I think in the Marvel universe, this is just more generic, but it basically says, well, first of all, Feige was a coffee boy. That got some likes. Feige, sorry.
But here's the thing that people also take that out of context from what I said. He was like a co-producer or associate producer working with Avi Arad.
Yeah.
And what happened was, the fuller story there is Kevin Feige worked for Marvel Comics. Avi Arad had worked with all the licensing of the characters for films, with Blade, X-Men, Spider-Man, Hulk, Daredevil, the original one with Ben Affleck. These are all licensed out. Ghost Rider with Nicolas Cage. There's a difference between Marvel Entertainment and Marvel Studios, which again, the main podcast today is going to be all about that differentiation. But to explain it further, Kevin Feige went and worked as an assistant to Avi Arad on these other movies. So he was a producer on the Sam Raimi 2004 Spider-Man 2 and the 2003 X-Men 2 or X2. He was working on those as a kind of producer, but he was lowest on the totem pole, and in a single meeting, he got Amy Pascal coffee.
Yeah, okay.
So people think people were saying that I made him a production assistant on the whole film, and that's not what I said.
Now, I do have, and in terms of Spidey, since we're talking about that, she did confirm. Now, this is latest. That they're going to stay in the Marvel universe. The new one.
She has at least 3. Supposedly, it's not public, but supposedly they have 3 more films with Tom Holland, including the one in shooting right now in Scotland.
Yes.
Brand New Day. There's that one and 2 more after it that are going to stay in the MCU, as they call it, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And they also have 1 more Into the Spider-Verse movies. So people have also made several comments about Miles Morales, which is the other Spider-Man, the younger Spider-Man. He's the one in the animated one. So Sony doesn't want Marvel live action to use Miles Morales until that film is out and they complete that trilogy. But it looks like they are in negotiations for Miles Morales to also join the live action MCU.
Okay. Then the one that's filming right now, and this is Amy Pascal has, I think, kind of confirmed this, that the theme is all about him, Spidey, forgetting about Peter Parker.
Well, everybody in the world doesn't know who Peter Parker is now. That's where they left it off. So he's got to figure out who Peter Parker is and reinvent who Spider-Man is. Because everybody knows Spider-Man. All of his friends don't know who he is. Everybody in his life does not know who Peter Parker is anymore. They all had experiences with Spider-Man, but they can't remember Peter Parker. So it's about him. It's where the original comics went. He went from high school to just after high school, working as a photographer and struggling in New York. And again, that's one of the things that made it great as a differentiation between DC Comics and Marvel, which was DC was always about Superman, an alien, or Batman, a millionaire. No one could relate to that. Whereas Spider-Man was like, I'm going to fail this test at school. And it was way more relatable.
Yeah.
So they're going back to that for a bit. But they're also then working in the Hulk, Punisher, Scorpion is a bad guy, and other bad guys we don't even know who they are yet.
Well, now, what is this about? I think on this one, the one that's coming out next, him where he turns into his suit is gray or black.
I don't think that's happening in the next film yet.
Okay. There's a lot of talk that it is.
Because that ties to Venom.
Yeah, okay. So that's a Venom tie-in.
It's a huge Venom tie-in. But the thing is, that black costume that became Venom, because I was collecting comics when I was 12 years old in 1984, when they did this limited thing that was all about selling toys called Secret Wars, where all the main Marvel superheroes and villains had a big battle on Battle World set up by this alien. And that is 2 Avengers movies from now is Secret Wars. So I'm willing to bet they tie it into Venom by having him get the black suit in Secret Wars, just like the comics 40 years ago.
Okay.
But that's a speculation on my part.
Okay. So we're going to move into Predator now.
Okay.
Okay.
We got some comments on the
Yes.
Predator
So
stuff.
Let's see here. We talked about a little bit all about the Alien Predator universe on our other short that did pretty well.
Yeah.
This one was great because I didn't understand it. So in Alien, that it's xenomorph. Is that how you say it?
Xenomorph is the name of the regular alien.
The alien, right? This guy, Tamatufu Thunderstar,
Great.
Sorry if I hacked that all up. He made the comment that xenomorphs are Disney princesses. I didn't get it at first. Do you kind of get the idea what he's talking about?
Because there's the alien queen. The xenomorph queen is a female, and it's now Fox is owned by Disney.
There
so
you
it's
go.
A Disney princess.
Yes, so Fox owns Predator and Alien.
Yes.
Isn't that amazing?
Disney now owns both properties.
All right, yeah, Disney.
So the funny thing is because Disney owns Fox, which owned Alien properties and the Predator properties. They did the 2 not so great Aliens v Predator movies that just weren't very good. Neither of them were particularly good. They weren't like horrible movies, but they just didn't remotely compare. They didn't do anything that people kind of want now, which is continuity. And so, yeah, that's a funny comment calling them Disney princess.
Now, this one, you got deep into Wayland Yutani, right? Now, someone, and I had to find out a little bit more, and you may know because I don't have it here in front of me, but Jointer Greensman says that, Alien has been connected since,
1990 Predator 2.
To Blade Runner.
That is something I just learned.
Because of the company in Blade Runner,
yes,
which was named, that's what I don't have.
Okay. That's the Tyrell Corporation.
Tyrell, that's it.
What
Yes,
it
there
was
it is.
So what happened was Ridley Scott directed Alien in 1979, and he directed Blade Runner in 1982. Now, in it, the graphics from the hover cars, the police cars, called oh God, how can I not remember the name? But the name of the police hover cars, the graphics in there are identical
Yes.
to the graphics on the computers of the spaceship in Alien.
Okay.
Like identical, like Purge, Liftoff, all that stuff. The computer screens are identical. And I did not know this till someone said that, and then I caught it on another YouTube video by somebody that caught this detail. I never did. In 1986's Aliens by James Cameron, they're doing this scene in a boardroom where they're showing the crew from Alien, and it said the captain had worked for the Tyrell Corporation.
Yeah,
And it
look
was
at that.
on screen, so that's canon because it said he worked with that. And now, which again we're going to discuss a little bit on the show, I just watched all 3 episodes of Alien Earth that are out.
Okay.
And those ties get even more specific.
Do they?
Because they're dealing with more androids. They don't call them replicants, but they deal with. They've now splintered off with not just androids, but androids, the hybrid people, hybrid androids that have like human brains in them. Then you have the one where it's people that have cybernetic parts. And so it's like they have the 3 different types of robotic people now.
Well,
And all of that, and they don't say Tyrell Corporation, but it takes place over 100 years after that. So it's like maybe one of these is what's left of that company.
well, somebody here now. You have to tell me what this reference is. Boy Genius might be a descendant of Tyrell.
So that, I didn't know what that meant till I watched Alien Earth.
Yeah.
There's a character called Boy Genius.
Oh, there is.
And he looks like Tyrell.
Oh, wow.
They also do something. The android played by Timothy Oliphant is directly referencing the replicant Roy Batty, played by Rutger Hauer in the original Blade Runner. So they are doing not at all subtle homages in the show to try to backhandedly connect it. The problem is, which we love to talk about on this podcast, is the business deals. There's a company called the Blade Runner Corporation, which is the producers and companies that owned and created the original Blade Runner movie. They all hate each other. They all hate each other. So that's why doing the Blade Runner sequel took forever, and to make everybody happy.
It did take forever.
When they did re-releases and stuff, took forever. And all this stuff was because everybody involved in creating film, they all hated each other. Everybody that has a copyright claim on the original Blade Runner, they all hate each other. They've licensed it out to different companies for like animations. And there's a new streaming series based on Blade Runner coming out at some point. And so all of that is business, and none of it is owned by Fox or Disney. So to cross that over, you'd have to get permission from like 6 or 7 people that don't like talking to each other.
Well, tell me this. There's, I didn't know this either. So this is from Dr. H. Jones.
Sounds official.
AVP Comics.
Aliens versus Predator comics.
So owns original AVP Comics. I don't know who owns the comics. Do you?
Dark Horse Comics had, just like all of this, there's always the business side of the movie business.
Yeah.
Fox, before they were owned by Disney, licensed the Aliens and Predator properties to Dark Horse Comics to do original stories. So before they made an Aliens versus Predator movie, there were multiple comics that did those stories and did them way better than the movies did. So when it came time to make a movie, they didn't want to base it on an existing story that everybody thinks, I've got a better idea. I don't want to be beholden to something else, and I want to do my own spin on it, as opposed to, hey, why don't you tell the best story possible? And so you always have that conflict. And so, yeah, Dark Horse Comics had a license to create it. They didn't own the characters. They had a limited run on making comics based on those characters. Well, the problem is Fox is now owned by Disney that owns those properties, and they own Marvel Comics. Same thing happened with Star Wars. Marvel originally did Star Wars comics in the 70s and 80s, and then Dark Horse Comics got the rights from Fox to do, and from Lucasfilm to do the comic books based on Star Wars characters. And now that license, now that Disney owns it, they gave it back to Marvel.
Okay. Let me Edge Turn has a theory.
Okay.
Android is secretly Predator hunting Utanja for the company. Does that make any?
They're making theories about the new Alien Earth show, I think.
Okay. Well, we'll come back to that. I wanted to bring up, what do you think about Ridley writing a new Aliens?
Oh man.
I mean, where can he go with it? It has
I am so conflicted because most people that are fans of the Alien series hated Prometheus.
Yes, I liked it.
And hated
I liked
Alien
it.
Covenant even more.
Yeah, well,
So here's where I stand. I don't hate either movie. I like Prometheus better than Alien Covenant, but I think Ridley is a master filmmaker, and they're both great films as individual films. But what he's done with the continuity, he just threw out everything to do what made him happy. And I feel like doing this whole thing with the alien race, the engineers, and then eventually an Alien Covenant, spoiler alert, by making it to where the actual xenomorphs were created by an android experimentation. I hate that so much because in the first film, the greatest thing about it was what made the alien so terrifying is it was essentially like it was so realistic to have the idea that an alien is like a bug and how it reproduces and how it acts and behaves with no conscious, no thought. It's just a creature that does things. It eats and reproduces. Even if that means defending itself, killing and hurting others to do it, recreate, procreation or anything. So when Ridley changed that to an angry android made this, it just, to me, it ruined it. It ruined the continuity, which is why Alien Earth is pretending that didn't happen. They're just ignoring it.
because it says here, AR is like, Alien Earth ruined his theory.
Really? That's interesting, because I think so far, 3 episodes in, Alien Earth is rocking it.
Okay.
But the idea is also it takes place after those two Ridley prequels, but before the first Alien movie.
Mm-hmm. We're getting down to where the comments part is done. I just wanted to interject a couple. We talked about some. Did you know that you mentioned? So Amy Pascal is involved in the new. We talked about it on one of our podcasts.
Yeah.
What's the actor that's in the new space where he gets elected to go to?
Oh, Ryan Gosling?
Yeah,
She's involved with that movie?
I think so.
I didn't know that. I mean, I do want to make sure I say this about some of the comments and stuff, which is, man, there's a lot of weird comments about, like, she deserved it because she's a woman. And it's like, I don't agree with that. But people are entitled to their opinion.
Yeah.
I'm not deleting them. People can say whatever they want, but it's like, wow.
Well, she
They
definitely.
also, like, they really railed on the fact it's like, well, she was innovative because she was a woman. And it's like,
Yeah.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
There's so few women that ran an entire studio that it is a pioneering act to do that. But again, the thing is, like, it's like, I'm not real big on, like, DEI stuff either.
Yeah.
I mean, I skew a little liberal, but, like, DEI is out of control. And it's stuff like that it's like, we don't need that nonsense. But we also do, I mean, I'm a much more believer in it's like, we need more positivity, less negativity in general.
Well, she has definitely recovered from the days of the email hack and all that. She also went through cancer.
Yes, she's
a cancer survivor. And now she's back. I mean, if she's involved with Ryan Gosling, I don't know what her capacity is.
Producer or executive
producer.
producer.
I mean, she's got a lot more going on than just Spider-Man.
Oh, yes, she does. They apparently, one of the things I've heard, but I haven't seen official confirmation, but she's very much involved in the new James Bond movie.
Oh, really? With Amazon?
Well, remember, Amazon bought MGM Studios, Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer.
And James Bond was the big deal because they're still trying to figure out who was going to be the next James Bond.
Well, the biggest controversy there is since the early 1960s, Albert Cubby Broccoli, and later his daughter Barbara and her husband, Michael G. Wilson, they produced every Bond movie
Wasn't that
except
what?
for the 1967 Casino Royale.
Yeah, because that's all family owned. That was all family owned
They,
property, right?
yeah, and MGM was sold off to Amazon separate from Sony. Sony sold MGM off,
Okay.
and Amazon bought it. So now they're capitalizing because MGM, everybody knows the lion roar, right?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
roar.
Yeah.
You hear that with the black screen. That's a company that's been around for 100 years at this
Yeah.
point, or almost 100 years. I think it was in the 30s that company started. That gives Amazon a huge amount of credibility,
Well, if
so much so that they've changed it to Amazon MGM Studios.
yeah, I know because if you look at a lot of their shows on Amazon now, MGM is tied into
Everything.
all of it. And I heard this, and you tell me what you think. Jeff Bezos has a lot of say in who gets picked as James Bond.
100%.
So,
There's Jeff
any
Bezos-
ideas of who they're looking at?
I think they're going to skew younger. They're going to reboot everything because Daniel Craig had a hugely successful run.
Yeah, he wanted out bad.
He was part of why he wanted out bad was he was getting so injured doing it all the time. Like he would do so many stunts, he was getting bruised and battered,
Wow.
and he was so miserable. Every time after the second movie, he's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm hurting all the time. I'm in pain.
What do you think about Tom Cruise for
He's too old.
James Bond?
Too old, and he's American.
I had to throw
do-
that out there because he likes pain.
I think it should be British. I think they missed a great window by having the guy who could have done exceptional for it was Idris Elba, but now he's too old.
Yeah.
I think they're going to go for someone in their mid to late 30s, if not early 30s. I think the kid who played Elton John, and he was in the first two Kingsman movies. I forget his name, but I think he could pull it off.
Oh, I know you're talking. Yeah, I don't know his
Kingsman.
name, but yeah, I liked him.
He could be really good.
Yeah.
He reminds me of a young Heath Ledger.
Just because we're kind of on the Bond topic, did you watch any? It's on Paramount. The Mob with
Pierce Brosnan.
Yes.
And the guy who played Bane, Tom Hardy.
yeah, Tom Hardy.
I have not seen it.
Oh God. Okay. Well, I won't go into it because that's not what we're here about today. But Tom Hardy is just fantastic in this show, and they do have a new season coming. But the ex James Bond,
Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Bronson, he puts on this crazy. I mean, he's naturally from. I think he's Irish. He's Irish. So he puts on this Irish accent. And some people thought it was like over the top, but he's like,
That's his natural accent.
this is like how Irish people talk, So I thought that was kind of funny. But
Versatiles, that's how they talk.
and
over
then
there?
the other lady I love a lot plays his wife. She's been in some of the Paramount Plus. I'm trying to think. Helen Mirren.
Helen Mirren.
She puts on her accent, but she always has that accent because she's.
Well, no, what's interesting about her?
Yeah. What?
So what's great about she's British.
Yeah.
There was a movie that I love. It's not obscure. It was such a huge movie. There was like a 1981 movie, like 80 or 81, called Excalibur, about King Arthur.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
She's in it really young. She met her first real boyfriend was Liam Neeson, who was like 20.
That was her first boyfriend. I mean, that like
first
for a
famous
star.
boyfriend
Yeah.
thing.
I didn't
Liam
know.
Neeson, who's like 21 or 22 years old. Patrick Stewart, who was still bald.
He's an Excalibur too.
He's an Excalibur in a huge role. Gabriel Byrne is in it as a young guy playing King Arthur's father, biological father. Like the movie is just like packed with like British royalty of acting.
Wow.
And all of these people, you look at them like, oh my God, I never thought that dude was young. Like,
So who's Madonna's ex-husband? He's a director.
Guy Ritchie.
Guy Ritchie does the Mob show.
Oh, I didn't know that was
Yes.
him.
Yeah, and it's why they put money into this. I mean, and then
He also he's interesting that we'll talk about on something else.
yeah. But I mean, it's fun to network how
It's
these
all
different
connected.
how it's all connected. But I think that's all I got.
Yeah, this was an episode just to do things and reply to some of the comments. The really big thing was nobody is more shocked than we are that YouTube 2.1 million views and rising of our shorts, specifically the one on Amy Pascal, and then 780,000 views here on
Yeah.
TikTok.
And you know what we're trying to this is our first live on TikTok, and I can't see, for some reason I can't see anything on the app, so I don't know what's going on. But hey, we're looking for some followers because we want to be able to get our stream key. This is important to us so that we can do this
We want to go
more
live
often.
more than once or twice. We're hoping people like this.
Yeah.
And maybe if we're live, we can interact with people and talk directly instead of reading comments and replying later.
Right, yeah. So we're a little bit
with it in real time.
Yeah, we're a little novice at the TikTok live, but I hope everybody enjoyed this little interaction. Again, we talked about two of our biggest shorts on our TikTok, the Spider-Man and the universe of Predator and
kind of we went over our most popular stuff.
Yeah,
and
so
it's been a pleasure. So
all
thank
right.
you, everybody.
Thank
We're
you.
checking out.